It's Friday night, and live on 2K Sports, we're going to bring you the NBA and all its excitement. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, it's Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Allie LaForce will be bringing us updates from the sidelines. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. You look at Cleveland. Unless they completely melt down, they should be in good position for a playoff run. And, of course, the Hornets, right now, quite a ways down below.
And, you know, for the Hornets, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing. It perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. The rim protectors standing tall for them, Mobley and Allen. Mitchell is out there with Harden. And it's Tyson in at the three. And for the Hornets, Ball is the point with Miller on the wing. Miles Bridges is out there with Knipple. And it's Diabate in at the center position. Now here's Harden. A kick out to Mobley. 4 on the clock. For 3, Mitchell. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. And in 2028, Cleveland poised, GA, to welcome the WNBA's 16th franchise.
Reviving the name and branding of the Cleveland Rockers, one of the W's inaugural teams that folded back in 2003, soon back on stage after a quarter-century hiatus.
And so here's Cleveland, following the miss by LaMelo Ball. In the corner, it's Mobley. Harden surveying the D. That one drops for him. Harden's got the first points up on the board for Cleveland.
Well, I tell you what, with Harden, sometimes it seems the more the defense bodies him up, the more determined and effective he is in scoring.
Here's Knipple. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kicks it out to Allen. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It has been a heck of a season already, Clark, and we're just getting to the really good part of the year.
Yeah, I agree with you there, partner. I mean, everybody is stepping up the intensity now. You can see it and feel it. Seems like every game counts for more than just one game as teams fight for position in the standing.
That free throw missing. So, GA, Coach Charles Lee of the Hornets, spending a decade as an NBA assistant coach. He has really paid his dues.
Yeah, 4 years with the Hawks, 5 in Milwaukee, part of that title team. 1 in Boston as well, another title. So he's been a part of winning, now trying to translate that to Charlotte.
That's off as well, so he misses both.
Allen impacts the game on all levels. This kid has what it takes.
Here's Miller. Allen with the rebound. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
I caught up with Coach Charles Lee. We discussed Evan Mobley and how we wanted to defend him coming into this matchup. He said, quote, to make him settle for jumpers, we don't want him getting easy buckets or deep inside positioning. That's when you get into trouble. We'll see how good the resilience is against him tonight. Guys, back to you.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report.
And 0 for 4 starts. Somebody forgot to take this team out of the cooler.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
You got to chase Mitchell out of the corner, or he will drain those all night.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for James Harden.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Ball's knocked loose. Outside, Ball. Stolen by Harden. Drops puts in the breakaway layup.
And, you know, Harden's exceptional at getting out on the break in transition. I mean, running exactly the right path and getting it done.
Now, here is Miller. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. Knocked away. Stolen by Harden. Here's Tyson. Pass to Harden. Launches it. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Diabate's got 4 rebounds now tonight. As James Harden's career has gone on, Clark, he has crept his way up the all-time scorers list.
Yeah, it's kind of been a low-key stealth march, if you will. I mean, as long as he stays healthy, I think he's going to end up cracking the top 10 in all-time assists and maybe even go higher up that list.
And here's Harden for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Harden's got 7. Hornets trail by 8. Miller outside. Harden against Ball. Pass to Diabate. Charlotte moving the ball around. Clock is at 3, and they call an illegal screen here.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Sam Merrill. He's checked in for Allen. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for James Harden. And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. He's ready to talk things through with them. Wade, he's checked in for Cleveland. Ellis comes in for Donovan Mitchell. And now let's take a look at the number of second chance points these teams have had over the last month. These guys never give up on a possession. The Cavaliers 5th.
They have gone all out to win the rebounding battle every night, and it's been paying off. I mean, the second chance points thus far have been really impressive.
Now here's Mobley. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Mobley sets the pick for Schroeder. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Pass to Kneppel. 1:31 left to play in the first quarter. There's a good screen. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
He went for a little something extra on that dunk, but the defense was right there. Oh, that's a heck of a stop.
Schroeder passes to Ellis. And here's Wade. Schroeder with the ball. 12 points his last outing. From deep. Wade can't hit. Hornets trail by 8. Pass to White. Here's Kneppel. And White kicks to Bridges. A three-pointer, no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
With the step back. Schroeder passes to Mobley. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
Well, I think that pass caught him off guard, but he showed us board hands, too.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Salon's checked in. And it's McNeely in for Bridges. And then for Cleveland, Tomlin's checked in. And James Harden has subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Charlotte's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first. Harden against Ball. They need this one. And he's good on the 3-ball. And here's Harden with 1 on the clock. And the layup is up and in. Harden's got 9.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
And so it's Cleveland, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
LaMelo Ball is out there with Kobe White. Then there's Grant Williams. Then it's McNeely. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Now here's Harden. Wade, a screen on Ball. Here's Harden. Can't hit from 12. Hornets trail by 4. Ball with a wide open look. The kick out to Williams. And Williams throws it down.
Well, I tell you, Williams completing that play just shows you how tough he is.
You know, Clark, in terms of guarding multiple positions, few do it better than Grant Williams.
Yeah, Grant is really special defensively. I mean, he doesn't have the greatest size, and he's not a tremendous athlete, but what he has is savvy and a willingness to use his body to make it hard for the opponent. He guards 1 through 5 effectively, and he's got the strength to guard guys much bigger than him.
And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, with teams seeking switchable defenders, there's a specific player type that could be losing value, those smaller scoring-minded combo guards. You think of the Cole Anthony, Colin Sexton, Jordan Clarkson of the world, perhaps not as sought after as before with teams looking for positional size and versatility.
They'll be challenged for certain. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. Many have predicted an all-star future for Brandon Miller. He said, I don't really read anything like that. I just focus on what I can do today. It's all about the work. That's the only way to get better. I just came in with the mindset of making my team better and being a winning player. Back to you, Kev.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Now, here is Miller. Still scoreless. The kick out to Ball. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Harden finds Wade. Now here's Ellis. 5 on the clock. Here's Merrill. And another miss by Cleveland. Charlotte trailing. Puts it up from 17. Miller, no up.
Trying to take what the defense allows, but he couldn't get it to go.
Ellis, the pass to Wade. Harden inside the three-point line. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
Got a decent look at it, but sometimes the shot just doesn't go down.
Miller kicks to White. Pass the Ball. Over in the corner, Williams. From outside the arc, and it's Ball, that time on the assist by Williams. Ball's got a pair of triples in the second now for Charlotte. And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Over the last 2 decades, Kemba Walker has been one of the few bright spots, Clark, for Charlotte basketball.
Yeah, you look back at his time there, he led the Hornets to their last 2 playoff appearances, Kevin. He retired as their all-time leading scorer, and now they're thrilled to have Kemba Walker back as a player enhancement coach.
Some changes for Charlotte. Bridges, he's checked in for Grant Williams. And it's Knipple in for Ball. Hornets on defense now. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Harden outside. 6 to shoot. They need this. Getting inside. It's Harden.
If you give Harden even a sliver of space in the mid-range area, forget about it.
White against Harden. There's Miller with the 3. Cavaliers with the rebound.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch. And the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Bridges finds White. In the corner, Kneppel with it. Off target from three-point range.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pass to Mobley. Here's the three. Oh, Harden so strong from distance.
Over the course of the game, he's been very accurate, doing some great stuff.
Miller outside. Midas screen. In the corner, it's Bridges. Shoots the three. A shot off that time.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
To the middle, Bridges with the steal. Pass to White. Back to Bridges. And stolen by Mobley. Mitchell outside. Over Miller. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Now it's a 5-point Cleveland lead.
Well, you see the hustle from Allen there, guys, and his relentlessness and the mindset to keep at it really allows him to gobble up those offensive boards.
Now here's White. Still without a basket. Miller surveying the floor. Over Mitchell. And once again off the mark by Charlotte.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Harden outside. Over to the wing. Here's Tyson. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Tyson's got himself on the board with three there. And so it's Cleveland holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Allie, let's go to you courtside. What do you have for us?
James, scoring seems to come easy for you. What's your mentality out there?
I just like to have fun. You know, it's all for the kids. It's all for the fans. You know, I think that's what we're here for. And so, you know, guys, just go out there and compete, have fun, and just play hard.
Well, the kids are getting a great show tonight. Good luck in the second half.
Hey, Allie, thank you so much for that interview. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with you for the second half of the game right after this.
Hello, folks. The first half is in the books, and we've got a lead on the scoreboard for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Slashing, scoring, and close. This is my kind of game. I like the grit they're playing with right now.
Yeah, and they're playing really smart. I mean, you keep it going until someone stops it.
Okay, so now let's talk about that point guard matchup from the first half.
You look at this matchup at the point guard position, so much talent in this position in the league. You've got your work cut out for you every single night, Ernie.
The skill game taking center stage. And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, the big men on the floor for him, Mobley and Allen. Harden out there with Mitchell. And it's Tyson in at the small forward. Miller the bounce pass.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
Here's Mitchell. Pass to Mobley. Harden outside. Mobley sets the pick for Harden. A three-pointer off the mark. Hornets trail by 6. Outside, Ball. There's the pick. Driving inside. And he uses the glass on the layup. Ball's got 11 points.
Well, that sudden burst by Ball is so effective. Zipping in before the defense can react.
Allen, a screen on Ball. And the foul called on Brandon Miller. That's his first foul. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Ball against Harden. Shot clock at 5. Here's Tyson. Bridges with the board.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
To the paint. It's tipped and stolen by Mobley. Mitchell in the corner. Mitchell mowing him down.
Physical finish from Mitchell, a guy who has no problem playing through contact.
Ball against Harden. Count it, and the Cavalier lead has been cut down to 4 points. The basket there from Ball.
I really like the start here. Great aggressiveness, red hot to start this half.
Greg, you talk about some players passing the eye test. LaMelo is one of those guys.
I mean, everything he does looks so easy with how he moves, and the numbers back up what the eye sees. He raises the level of his team whenever he's on the court.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Kevin. The Cavaliers have twin towers with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. Allen said when Evan was first drafted, there were a lot of questions on whether two big men could work together in the modern NBA. At this point, I think we've proved to everybody they're wrong. It's all working out, and every single year it gets better. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Harden outside. Diabate grabs the board. Diabate's got 8 rebounds in this game. Back to Ball. The 3. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
And timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Kobe White, he's checked in for Miller. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Merrill's checked in. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Harden against Ball. And Mobley throws it down.
Making it look easy. Mobley using that size at the rim.
Bridges outside. Back to Ball. Down low. White looking around. 6 on the shot clock. Second shot opportunity. Diabate's shot is good.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
And got rid of it promptly. Mitchell wasting no time.
Pass to Kneppel. Fires the 3. Mobley with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Harden outside. Harden so good at absorbing contact.
And you know when Harden gets cooking now, you got to keep giving him the ball. He's an excellent scorer, and he can really get buckets.
Charlotte moving it around. Bridges passes to White. Left side, Ball. Over Harden. Ball no good. The Cavaliers leading by 6. Pass to Merrill. Now Mobley. Mobley a screen on White. And Mobley throws it down.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it.
Nothing surprising about that, guys. We've come to expect plays like that from him, and still, they never get old.
Ball. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Cleveland ahead. They're up by 8. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. We've got Kneppel, Brandon Miller out there with Kobe White. And it's Tillman in at the 4 slot. So that's the Hornets 5. The Hornets shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Shots good by Miller.
And this is what you like about Miller. Has great range from 3, but he can also make tough shots in traffic.
Now here's Harden. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. And here's what the Cavaliers' schedule looks like. On Sunday, they'll go up against Chet Holmgren and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then on Tuesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the New York Knicks.
And for their matchup with Detroit, it's always interesting for top teams to see how they compare to the best in the East. This will be a chance to see just what this group is made of.
And the Hornets making a change here. McNeely's checked in. Count it, and the Cavalier lead has been cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from White.
The IQ of White, reading those pick and rolls and just taking what the D gives him.
Here's Harden on the wing. White covering. Harden against White. Back to Harden. Fires from deep. The Hornets pull it in.
After knocking down a couple in the first half, he hasn't gotten a 3 to fall since.
Here's White, and White slams it in.
And at 6'5", White more than capable athletically, like the aggressiveness there.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. And the Hornets making a change here. Diabate's checked in. Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Mitchell comes in for Keon Ellis. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I did listen in on Kenny Atkinson's huddle. He told the team he has complete faith in them, saying, we're right there. Now we just got to make that push and really take hold of the game. We can do that. To me, it looked like his players are on the same page with him. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. The three from Harden. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
What a fake there by Mitchell. Everyone expects him to score, but he kicks it back out for the shot.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from White. Harden the pass to Bryant. Pass to Mitchell. Over Miller. And again, it's Cleveland.
And after a difficult start to the game, he's flipped the script here.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away. Miles Bridges, he's checked in for the Hornets. Ball comes in for Kobe White. Hornets trail by 5. Ball to pass to Miller. Back to Ball. Launches it. It's good.
And after a rough first half, they're finally finding a nice groove here.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. The floater. Here's Mobley. Mitchell. Missed on the 3.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Here's Diabate. He drills the 3.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Now here's Harden. Stolen by Ball. And he capitalizes on the breakaway, laying that baby in.
I do not know if there's a more confident family in the NBA. Ball wants the ball when it matters most.
Harden. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating for him. He'll usually convert that.
And Ball gets double teamed. Bridges. And there's the dunk.
They needed a bucket right there, and Bridges answers the call.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Here's Harden. The shot is good.
How good is that? Harden commanding the ball in these moments. Loves stepping up at crucial time.
Outside ball. Here's Miller. Rockets hits. Outside Bridges. Another shot. Mobley there for the rebound.
Decent look from mid-range for sure, but that's not really his shot.
Now Allen. Harden right side. Got a piece of it. Bridges against Mitchell. Mobley sets the pick for Mitchell. Jumper is off.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Here's Ball, and that's an intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And those free throws will mean a ton now. It makes it a 2-possession game.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Now Allen deflects the pass. Bridges with the steal. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
Talk about much in the clutch. Big trip to the line there.
For 3. So it's Charlotte picking up the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And that about wraps it up. And so now, for Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And now, we present the player of the game, LaMelo Ball.